Who's this? It's the motherfucking Lynch, and I'm back on the X track.
I always pictured if I ever caught him, how I would do it. And I watched the mob movie and saw how they did it in there. And I was like, whoa, that should be a type for a cover with me looking down on the guy who I did it with the gun.
What's up, everybody? It's Soren Baker here on Unique Access Entertainment. As always, please hit that subscribe button. It's right down there and it's free. That enables us to keep coming to y'all as often as possible with as many interviews as possible. So please hit that subscribe button, like our content, share it, talk about it, be about it, each one, teach one. And we appreciate your support in getting us this far. Now, today for Cover Story, we have the honor and the privilege of being joined by Brotha Lynch. Thank you for coming through, sir.
What's up?
Yes, yes. And Brotha Lynch has selected EBK4, his album that came out after Loaded. So this would be technically, theoretically, I guess your third album, fourth if you count 24 Deep. But this album cover was very strange to me because of so much is going on. So first off, what gave the idea of having the pillow and the hole and looking through it and all that? What was that about?
Well, I met this artist online. He showed me a lot of stuff that he had did for somebody. I wish I could remember his name. So sucks that I can't, but he showed me some stuff with like dudes that he showed me this particular one through a wall. It was a gunshot through a wall. And you saw a person laying down in the background. At the time, it was when my sister passed away. But I always pictured if I ever caught him, how I would do it. And I watched the mob movie and saw how they did it in there. And I was like, whoa, that should be a type for a cover with me looking down on the guy who I did it with the gun. So I found an artist that could do it. And he said, I tried to find that. I tried to get that dude, but I guess he was busy at the time or whatever, but I found an artist that said I could do it even better than that. So he ended up doing that cover for me. I wish I could find that artist this day because I would go with him again.
And you remember what was the idea with the pillow part of it?
That kind of was, because that was my idea. Then everything went bad and I wasn't going to put out that album. Anything behind it or anything else to come with it was made up by Cedric.
Oh, really?
But it still was my favorite cover out of all of them.
Yeah, because you got some from 24 Deep, Season of the Sickness, and then Loaded. You definitely had some memorable covers. So if everything else was with Cedric, break down from Black Market, the owner, if people don't know, break down what else about the cover, because there's like your eyes are really red. There's all these other elements that are very distinctive on the EBK4 cover. So what other elements of it did you like in particular?
I like the red eyes, and I didn't think that he was going to have a background that looked like the room I was in. I didn't know that, and when he showed me that, I was very excited because it looked like a bedroom, how I had pictured it. So it was just one of my favorite covers, period. So I like the red eyes because of, the devilish part, coming from an atheist, but and the pillow, how the feathers, he made it detailed with the feathers and stuff all over. It was that perspective, it just made it 3D sound looking. So.
Very. And also like with 24 Deep, is the shot in the casket. With Season of the Sickness, it's just kind of like there's no real action per se, similarly with Loaded. But on this one, it's more like, even though you're not running, it's more of an action type of thing.
Yeah,
like something clearly has just happened as opposed to a static shot.
Yeah.
So what extra type of energy or feel do you think that brought to the album cover?
It was, I mean, it made me want to make the album, but just the fact that it was actionary, because like even the pillow, he did the little scoop to make it seem like the pillow had moved too and everything. So that the action of the cover is what pretty much does it for me.
Okay. And since with EBK4 you didn't really work on it all the way and didn't finish it and stuff, how do you think the cover still fits in with the theme or the mood or the objective of the album itself?
What made me feel like I wish I could use that cover over and make a whole new album and put it under it. So, that was such a waste of a cover.
Well, maybe you can use an inspired by and kind of play off it for something you're doing now. Maybe.
I thought about that. I have to find that artist though again. I don't think anybody else could do it like him, unless they work for a movie company or something. They get detailed like that, but I mean, that dude is a beast.
So how and why did you lose touch with him then if you liked it so much?
Oh, man. I don't know. I think he may have overcharged me at the time or something. So I kind of didn't really kind of keep in touch with him. And remember, this is during all the time I was going through it and not having my money too. So he probably didn't overcharge me what I could afford now, but at the time, that's how I felt.
And it's important too. People got to remember, like in this era, 99, 2000, there were big budgets getting thrown around with people and money. And it's not like today where you or I could just do it on our computer and get close to as good as what somebody else did. Or
That's real.
and that's very important, but it's also the other wrinkle of the business of music, as opposed to it's just only about the music. Like, no, there's all
Right.
these other factors that constantly are in play when it comes to the music itself,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. So
which is crazy disappointing, but never stops.
this is disappointing is when everything went digital instead of physical. That killed me too. I used to love when people went in the record stores and got my stuff. And we don't get paid enough for streams now.
Well, that's definitely true. And I miss because I think even if you didn't know people, it was just always good to be in a record store because there's other people there.
Yeah.
The other, it didn't
Especially
happen
with the pandemic. I mean, I want to be around people now. So I don't know. Maybe I'll open up a little record store,
That'd be dope.
you know, here in LA.
That would be dope. There you go, Lynch's House of Hits.
Yeah, you know, bring vinyl back.
Yeah,
I mean, I have vinyls for my stuff now. So
yeah.
maybe it'd be a small one. You could buy me and a couple other artists.
Yeah, maybe you should do it. You get a little, like they say, a pop-up shop. You do it every now and then, just get a little
Yeah.
spot.
Maybe summertime or something, a little pop-up shop.
Yeah. So as you look back with the EBK4 album cover, what would you say is kind of the legacy or the meaning of it for you?
Everybody killer. I was angry at the time. And I know people think it's every blood killer because I used to be a Crip or whatever, but it's everybody killer. You know, that was my mindset, especially after getting the home invasion and then taking the stuff to even create that album. Like that was such a waste to me. Like you don't put that stuff behind the cover like that.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, you had Snoop Dogg on there. You remade X-Rated. There was a lot of potentially big songs on that album.
Yeah, that album was going to be really big. Really big. I had plans for that.
And did a lot of the fans react to the EBK cover?
I don't know. I just thought it was tight. I never really even paid attention to if the fans liked it or not.
Okay.
I never like had fans hit me on the internet like that was your best cover or anything like that. I thought it was though.
It's
I
very
mean, but for a fan to even think that was a real album was kind of frustrating for me.
yeah, it definitely seemed as though something was off, for lack of a better way to put it. But
Yeah.
I'd always heard different things about it, so I'm glad that people probably had seen the interview already. But when we talked about that part, because when album is released, the fans typically think, oh, this must be exactly how they want it, or this is exactly
So
their vision,
frustrating. So frustrating.
and that's definitely not always the case.
Nope.
So well,
Any
there it is.
album that I've done, I want people to know that about that album. I did not do that album. The Snoop song that he put on it wasn't even done production-wise. Me and Beta had just started on that beat.
That's
So,
crazy. Well, there it is. Well, Brother Lynch, thanks for coming through the cover story, man. Appreciate it.
thank you, man. Thank you again for having me.
In the beginning, hip-hop was ruled by the East Coast. Then the West Coast rose to prominence thanks to gangster rap.
Straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube.
Hip-hop changed the world. Gangster rap changed the narrative.
I'm representing for the gangsters all across the world.
And then changed the world again.
Cause I'll come and take your life away.
The history of gangster rap features unheard stories, unseen photos and documents, all with exclusive interviews from the founders and players who shaped gangster rap.
I think a real gangster rapper has to scare you a little bit.
The history of gangster rap written by veteran rap journalist Soren Baker. In stores now.
Yo, what up? This is DJ Quick. Be sure to pick up my homeboy Soren Baker's book, The History of Gangster Rap, if you really want to know what we do.